it's Russell back with another episode of the WellCast, Navigating Student Wellbeing. This is episode 7, the glow ride and micromobility. And today we have
Lee from the Public Health Peers.
Awesome. So just to dive right into it, like what micromobility is about and how it relates to student well-being.
Yeah, so micromobility is pretty much transportation using any sort of lightweight device. This includes like a bike, a scooter, a skateboard, even an electric longboard. And so that's pretty much what micromobility is. And a lot of students use micromobility to get to and around campus. So students who live, not too far off campus use it to get to campus quickly. Some students who live on campus use it to just like get around to their classes. And so we see a lot of students who are using bikes and scooters. And the way this is related to student health and well-being is kind of like the way our students are using their micromobility devices.
I see. And you are referring to like the increase in injuries related to things like scooter accidents,
right,
whether that be on the street, like getting hit by a car perhaps, or even a scooter or any sort of vehicle hitting a person, on campus. And that relates to well-being because the amount of like lanes we have designated for these things, picture like trying to walk around campus, or especially near the bell tower, say like noon on a Wednesday and everything. You're gonna find that it's very crowded, and there might even be like a lot of scooters riding and everything where people are walking, and and like sometimes scooters just like head straight for you,
right.
So those are things to keep in mind, like it's like well-being is not just like mental health and everything. It's also like how healthy is the campus as a whole? How are we getting around? Is it safe and everything? So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we've been seeing an increase in visits to SHS due to related injuries, and it's a pretty significant number. I can't really tell you at the top of my head, but we know it's important, which is why we're kind of trying to push the message out now. But yeah, pretty much to repeat what you said, we did have a lot of people who aren't wearing helmets. It's very rare that you see someone wearing helmets.
Yeah.
We have a lot of like scooters speeding and hitting people. There's a lot of people weaving through like crowds. And I also think that, so one thing is that scooters are banned on campus. A lot of people might know this. I think we received an email about this maybe sometime last quarter. But students kind of say like there's no real way to enforce this, so which is why we don't really see a decrease in the amount of electric scooters on campus. And then I think another thing is that there are restricted or real restricted areas on campus, which a lot of students aren't aware about either. So that's also another problem that's kind of leading to these injuries.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like coming from like a student perspective, me personally, I don't think there's really a real way to like stop people from riding their scooters. Like what are you gonna do? Like tell someone to like, hey, get off your scooter. Like don't ride that. And that's not to say that like scooters should be like permanently banned. But it's important to keep in mind like what's good for us as a community is to pay attention to these things. How safe is it, and what can we do to alleviate a lot of these like accidents, a lot of these problems that micromobility and the way students are getting around campus, like how are we going to address how safe it is and everything. So
yeah. So right now the public health peers are actually working on micromobility safety initiatives. The public health peers under the WELL, we've partnered with departments such as student health services. We've partnered up with transportation services, campus safety, sustainability, the Student Disability Resource Center, and also African Student Programs. So we're working with a lot of other departments to promote this, and basically this campaign is called Save Your Brain Gains. It's kind of like reflective of you gotta wear your helmet, you gotta take all these safety precautions to save your brain gains. And yeah, so in the past week the public health peers have tabled I think 4 days throughout the last week, and so we've been putting out these like little slow down signs we made around campus, and I believe it was effective for the most part. We had a lot of students scootering by, they saw our signs and they did slow down. Some students were going by too fast to even like read the sign. And then I think we had one day where we had a megaphone and we were kind of just like advising students to slow down. And from what I heard, I wasn't there, but from what I heard, it was the most effective. Although we don't really want to keep doing that. But I will say that tabling, for that duration and trying to push the public health peers in the Well out there, trying to get students to slow down is a pretty good way to keep enforcing, or not really enforcing, but reminding students to, stay real safe, because I guess it's not really seen as a huge issue. And so in terms of other initiatives, we've also started a Save Your Brain Gains campaign through our Instagram page. And so every Monday we actually have been starting to post infographics that are related to bike safety. So we had a post about electric longboard safety that was posted today. And then I think last week's post was about nighttime safety. So riding your bike at night, wearing reflective clothing, using bike lights. And then throughout the quarter we'll keep posting more. Currently I'm working on a post about the importance of helmet use. And so we're hoping that, through posting these infographics on a weekly basis, having our campus departments also share that, it would really benefit the campus.
And like you're saying, it's all about like awareness, being aware that it's probably safer to use a helmet, there's like an influx of things that we can raise our awareness with, like as a person who's walking around campus, it's probably safer to not like wear both headphones, because it's good to be aware of your surroundings and be able to hear if like a vehicle is coming, because these scooters come fast, and they also come out of nowhere, and it's scary. They could be coming towards you, they could be coming from the side or even behind you, and so it's good to be aware of these things and everything, and that's why the public health peers and the campus partners are even doing these initiatives and everything. So that leads to the main topic of this episode, which is the Glow Ride, which is on May 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. Near the new the SHCC building, if I'm not mistaken. What is that event really about?
So that event is pretty much this year's version of last year's Glow Run, where we had different walkers and runners come to our event. They could get their own like little glow sticks, and we gave out free fanny packs that had items that promoted health, because Spring Splash was the next day, and so we wanted students to be safe. And so that included like fentanyl test strips, nightcaps. And so with the Glow Ride, it's pretty much the same thing, but with a focus or emphasis on micromobility safety. And so this year, instead of having just walkers and runners, we will have bikers as well. We've got a good number of people signing up to bike at our event. So that's really encouraging to see. And it's pretty much the same thing. It'll be like just a lap or like a little route around the SHCC. We're giving out free food. I heard there's like a little, what's it called? It's like a dunk tank. So we'll be having that at the event too. So it'll be really fun, and we'll be giving out the same items because it is the day before Spring Splash. We'll still be giving out like those free fentanyl test strips, those nightcaps, and all those goodies in our fanny packs.
And that's pretty much what we at the Well and the Health, Wellbeing, Safety Division is all about, is increasing awareness, not just about mental health or physical health, but overall student well-being holistically as a whole. And that's also why we're doing the Glow Ride event, which is on, again, May 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. First 200 runners or riders will receive a free shirt and also a free food ticket. And there will be a resource fair with a lot of our other campus partners, such as...
we have the STRC, we have campus safety, TAPS, and so a lot of our departments under HWS will be there.
Yeah, and there will be a lot of activities to do. There will be a lot of free prize raffles and everything. So again, May 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. Near the SHCC building. If you refer to our post on the Well UCR account on Instagram, there will be a link in the bio to RSVP your spot. So we'll see you there. Awesome. Bye.